Recently, the Supreme Court in the case of Amina Begum versus State of Telangana has strongly criticized the Telangana police for their disregard of citizens' fundamental rights and imposition of preventive detention orders that curtails individual liberty. Before moving further, let us first understand what is preventive detention. Preventive detention means detaining a person in order to prevent a situation of crime that the person can possibly commit. Basically, it is an administrative action on the grounds of suspicion that some wrong action can be done by the person concerned, which will be prejudicial to the state. The case in question involved the quashing of preventive detention order against the appellant's husband. The appellant initially approached the Telangana High Court through habeas corpus petition, which was dismissed. Later on, subsequent plea was filed in Supreme Court. In a ruling delivered by Justices Surya Kant and Dipankar Datta, the Supreme Court expressed its concern over what is pernicious trend in the state of Telangana. The court highlighted that the Telangana Prevention of Dangerous Activities Act 1986, which empowers preventive detention, should not be invoked without due consideration. The Supreme Court has also underscored the importance of upholding the safeguards enshrined in the Constitution of India under Article 14, 19 and 21. In this case, the court found that the authorities failed to comply with the due process. Consequently, the Supreme Court quashed the detention order and ordered the immediate release of the appellant husband.
The Supreme Court also laid down the factors that are to be considered by the courts to decide the legality of preventive detention. Number 1, the detaining authority has the necessary subjective satisfaction based on the facts or law. Number 2, the detaining authority has considered all relevant circumstances and not relied on extraneous material. Number 3, the detaining authority has exercised the power for the intended purpose and not for an unauthorized one. Number 4, the detaining authority has acted independently without external influence. Number 5, the detaining authority has not disabled itself from applying its mind. Number 6, the detaining authority has relied on evidence of rational probative value. Number 7, the detaining authority has established a link between past conduct and the need for detention. Number 8, the detaining authority has provided clear, relevant and precise ground for detention. And lastly, the detaining authority has adhered to the statutory timelines.